Hey everyone, it's Scott here from the fragrance channel, Scott Aromatico. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. It really means the world to me, especially that you take time out of your busy day every day to watch my videos when you have so many other things going on. But I hope at the very least, I can distract you and take your mind off the real world and we can talk about our favorite topic, fragrances. Well guys, about 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I did a video about fresh aquatic fragrances for men, and the video did pretty good. So I thought, this time around, why don't I do the same topic, fresh aquatic fragrances for men, but this time niche style. So that's right, today we're going to do my top 7 favorite niche, fresh and aquatic fragrances for men, and we can kind of, blur the lines and call it niche luxury, if you will, okay? So a couple of these are blurring the line between niche or just luxury, and you'll see what I mean as I do the video. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Dive right in, see what I did there? Aquatic fragrances? Okay. Anyways, the first fragrance we're gonna be talking about is from one of my favorite houses that is known for amazing summertime freshies. They basically own the market when it comes to summertime freshies, and I really love this house. I'm talking about none other than Goldfield and Banks from Australia, and who better to know about freshie fragrances than the Australians? This one is called Pacific Rock Moss. Man, do I love this fragrance. I remember the first time I ordered a decant, or most of my fragrances start out as decants, folks, and that's the way to go, is to really test fragrances. Don't trust reviewers like me. Test them out for yourselves, and that's exactly what I did, and I fell in love with this fragrance right away. There was something so unique about it, something so fresh, something so light and airy that I had to have it. And mainly when a fragrance puts a smile on my face, I know I'm gonna love it, and this one is no different. Let's go ahead and spray it real quick. Guys, this fragrance right here is just so bright on the top. It's so vibrant. Like I said, it's very airy. It's so beautiful. The lemon on the top is so zesty and so gorgeous. And of course, oak moss is a main ingredient here that just makes this so fresh and so gorgeous. Man, it's really filling up the room right now and really hitting my nose strong, but in a good way. Guys, a lot of times fresh fragrances on my skin just don't last, but this one right here really does a good job. I get 6 to 7 hours, and for a freshie, that's really good, because a lot of times you get anywhere from 2 to 4, and if you're lucky, 5 and 6. But right here, I feel like I'm lucky at this one because I get a good 7 hours on my skin. It goes really, really strong. And for that reason, I really love this fragrance. There's geranium in here, there's cedar, and I think I also detect, maybe an algae or a seaweed note, but it's not one of those aquatic scents that's off-putting that kind of smells like fish or, just comes off really pungent and strong. For me, this one is just really light and fresh and airy and just puts you in a happy mood. Makes me wish I was swimming. Makes me wish I was surfing those waves in Australia as we speak. So guys, definitely try this fragrance because it's so good. If you haven't heard of this brand, look them up. This is Goldfield and Banks, and they make some amazing, amazing freshie fragrances. Bohemian Lime is another one to speak of. But right now we're talking about aquatics, and this one is awesome. All right, guys, next fragrance on my list. To me, this is an overused word, overhyped, but for me, this fragrance is a masterpiece. And I'm talking about none other than Blue Agave by Precious Liquid. The perfumer behind this fragrance is Richard Herpon. He is a very famous perfumer. He's done some really nice work for Tom Ford, and he branched off and he's got his own fragrance house now called Precious Liquid. The house is based on his faith. That's why it's called Precious Liquid, and Richard Herpon and his wife Gio are definitely lovers of God, and so they created this fragrance just to be refreshing and to refresh your soul. And this fragrance right here definitely does that. Let me spray it real quick for you guys. Man. The first time I ever wore this fragrance, I always like to describe fragrances in a certain way. They invoke a story. I always say fragrances tell a story without saying a word. And when I think of this fragrance, it makes me feel like I'm standing on a cliff somewhere where the rocks are very rocky and the waves crash up against the rocks and all that sea spray just comes flying up in the air and then rains down on you, and that sun is just baking you, and those drops of water just feel so refreshing on your skin. That's what this reminds me of, guys. It is so good. The lime on the top is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the first things I noticed right away. The sage in here is beautiful as well, very peppery. And then you've got that driftwood note, and you've got bay leaf, and man, is this so refreshing and calming. There's also something cooling about this fragrance as well. I get about 4 to 6 hours. You know, it doesn't go beast mode, but it's so addicting. I think it's the agave note in here that makes this so addicting. But man, it's one of my favorites, and Richard Herpon really nailed it with this fragrance. And of course, he's got some amazing freshies himself. I love Mandarin that he has by Precious Liquid. So many good ones, guys, so definitely check it out. I have a promo code down below. If you're looking to get a bottle of this, it'll save you some money. So check it out. It's in the link in the description. But guys, this is an absolutely amazing fragrance for the summertime. Trust me, you need to get your nose on this. It is so refreshing. Next one on the list. You know, I made it a goal when I first got in this fragrance community to try some certain fragrances, and I definitely did that. And one of my goals was definitely to get my nose more on Zaharoff. I know a lot of you guys are talking about Zaharoff. You're talking about how luxurious it is. I see your bottles on Instagram. I see you guys flexing. So I had to get a sample of this fragrance, and then the sample became reality because the hype is real on this one. I'm talking about none other than 40 knots. Man, guys, this company spares no expense. Their attention to detail. This bottle is so heavy. You know, they use the finest glass, they use the finest materials, guys, and of course they use amazing ingredients in their fragrances. But let me just go ahead and spray it and tell you what I think. Man, I almost hate to waste a spray, but I'm going to do it for you guys because this fragrance is so gorgeous and so luxurious. So here we go. Great atomizer. Man, this fragrance is amazing. If you are looking for a fragrance that fills the room, that's fresh, that's aquatic, that goes beast mode, this is the fragrance. This is it right here, guys. I get 8 hours on my skin easily. This has so much depth, just like the ocean does. It is so rich, it is so vibrant, and the amber just comes out of the gate strong. I love the amber note in here because it's so warming, it's so smooth, and there's just a bright, creamy sweetness to this fragrance that is so good. But then you've got the other woody notes in here, the cedar, the salt, seawater, just a little bit on the green side, but not too much. To me, you know, this is an aquatic fragrance. It's light on the aquatics. To me, if I were to describe this fragrance, I would say this smells more like the yacht club. You're sitting in the yacht club, maybe you're smoking a cigar, maybe you're having a brandy, whatever the case may be, and you're enjoying the good company of some friends, and you're sitting outside by the table. You know the scene with the umbrella over you, drinking on your drinks, talking about the good old days and the good life. You smell the ocean right next to you, lapping up against the dock. That's what this smells like, guys. It is so good. So amazing. It's masterful. It's a work of art in my opinion, and I absolutely love this. It's just full-bodied and has so much depth, and I love the amber note in here. It is really, really well done. So for that reason, this is one of my favorite fresh aquatic scents for the summertime. Another fragrance house that I love talking about, it's another indie brand, a niche house. I love this company so much. They make so many inspirations, but they also make some really great fragrances that stand on their own. But this fragrance right here is perfect for the summertime. This is Niche for All Sea Mint. Man, do I love, love, love this house. I love the owner of the company because he's just an absolute gem of a human being, and he's really, really taking off and growing leaps and bounds because the quality of his fragrances just are so good. They're blended so well. And I know it can be hard because the shipping on these can be a little bit pricey. I'm sure he's working on that to get the shipping costs down. But yes, these fragrances are so well worth the cost because they're so good. So right away, you're getting hit with that blast of mint. The mint is just really prominent right off the top, and I smell that right away. And then I smell the bergamot and the lemon, of course, making this bright and a happy fragrance. The jasmine dances ever so slightly. You pick up the aquatics, but they're not super strong. There is lavender in here, making it nice and fresh and aromatic. And then, of course, you pick up the woody nuance all through the fragrance, and there's just some floral aspects in here as well. I really pick those floral notes up as this starts to dry down. But it's just a really, really nice fragrance, and I love it so much. And I'd say I get about 6 hours on my skin with this one. So it's right on par with a Freshie fragrance, and it's just so good. So if you guys haven't tried Niche for All, definitely look them up and see if there's a fragrance on there that suits you. But this happens to be one of my favorites, guys. It is so good. Next fragrance on my list. If you don't like the scent, at least the presentation should wow you. I love this company. I love what they stand for. I love the owner. Victor is absolutely an amazing person. I love the artistry in this. I love the storytelling. And this is a niche indie house that really cares about detail. And of course, I'm talking about one of the most amazing aquatic scents. There's another one I could put up here, but I don't own a full bottle. I just have a sample. And of course, I'm talking about squid. But this particular time, I'm talking about Zoologist Seahorse. Guys, look at this bottle. Looks like there's a sand kicking up, of course, lying underneath that Caribbean Ocean or wherever seahorses are native to. But this fragrance is so, so good, guys. It's a masterpiece. It is, guys. It's so artistic. Let's go ahead and spray it. Man, is that really good. It's musky, ever so slightly. I really love the musk in this. There's a hint of neroli. You got that clary sage, tuberose. The algae note and the ambergris are what you really pick up. When the fragrance starts to dry down, you're getting a bit of vetiver. But man, this is really, really note. And I also pick up something, when I'm smelling this fragrance, I'm not sure what that note is, but I also pick up something that's kind of metallic or mineral-like. It almost smells like if you've ever, I don't know if you've ever smelled a rock that's wet, but it kind of has that wet rock vibe in here. There's just something so addicting and so calming about this fragrance. It really does make me, when I spray this fragrance in the air, it really does make me feel like I've been swimming in the ocean and I just come up for air, and you smell all that seawater and the ozonic freshness of the air. I can almost hear the seagulls above me crying, guys. This fragrance is so good. You definitely need to give it a try. I get about 6 to 7 hours on my skin with this fragrance. And to me, it's just blended to perfection and one of my favorites for summertime. And like I said, the algae note in here is so, so good. There's a little bit of fennel in here as well. And I love this fragrance, guys. Give it a try. They've got samples online. Order from Zoologist, guys. Get the full experience because they give you a full presentation. And you get, you actually have one of those testers that has a sprayer on it. It's not a splash because I hate those things. So give this a try. Go over to Zoologist and check out their fragrances and give them a try. You will absolutely fall in love with this company. All right, guys, next fragrance on my list. Here's where I'm going to get the messages down below. You're going to tell me this is not a niche company. I get that. If you look it up and Google it, this company happens to think they're a niche company. They pride themselves as being one, but yes, I know they're owned by a bigger conglomerate that makes makeup. I know that. But a lot of people put this fragrance house in the niche category. Some of you traditionalists maybe put it in the designer. I'm going to call it luxury niche, okay? This one right here is by Replical. It's called Maison Margiela, called Replica, and this one is called Sailing Day. Love this fragrance, guys. It's so fresh. It's so aquatic. It's got a bit of a, kind of like a shower gel vibe going on, but it's blended so well. This fragrance, in so many ways, kind of reminds me of Nautica Voyage, which makes sense, but a little bit higher quality, a little bit more depth, a little bit more body to it, if you will. And man, I really love this one. It only lasts about 4 hours on my skin. I wish it lasts a little bit longer, but I really do love the way this one smells. It is so fresh, so aquatic, so clean, and it's just got that nice shower gel cucumber vibe it's got going on. And it's really, to be honest with you, it's a dumb reach. You can grab this and you're going to smell okay. It's going to be mass appealing. You're going to get compliments. It's going to be non-offensive. But I just love, love, love this fragrance. So gorgeous. Check it out, guys. It's called Sailing Day. Last but not least, the 7th one on my list. This is a brand new fragrance house that I just discovered. It's called Les Elixirs, and this one is called Aqua. This fragrance is kind of pricey, guys. It's around $235. But man, the materials in here, the ingredients are blended to perfection. It smells like heaven. Let me go ahead and spray it for you guys. Man, this one This one is so good. I'm so glad I discovered this house. There's a burst of citrus right out of the gate. There's some pear, there's a melon note in here as well. A little bit of pepper to help offset that sweetness. There's some ozonic notes in here, giving it like a laundry freshness to it. And then there's oak moss, musk, some amber. It's slightly woody, and it's got some nice aquatic notes in here as well. It's so gorgeous, guys. It's so refreshing. I get about 6 hours on my skin. And so for that reason, this is one of my favorite niche summertime aquatic scents. You've definitely got to try this house. Guys, get a Discovery Kit. The Discovery Kit is so worth it. I think it's like somewhere under 40 bucks, and you will fall in love, especially with their oud fragrance. It is so good. There's another one called Flirt. So awesome, guys. All right, one more. We're going to put this one. This is honorable mention, and we're going to put this one in the niche luxury category as well. But I'm going to talk about Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. We're going to put that one up here too. It's just a citrus bomb, guys. It's a gorgeous citrus bomb. It's fresh. It's aquatic. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because the price of this is so high. But this one is meant to be sprayed and sprayed and then sprayed again because it is light on performance and light on projection. But boy, you sure smell good when you spray it on. You sure feel happy, and it definitely puts a smile on your face. So that's why this one comes in last place. And I'm putting this as an honorable mention, but it is still a very fresh, vibrant, aquatic scent that smells so good. Just wish the price was a little bit lower, and I wish it performed a little bit better. But I still love it, and so for that reason, it's one of my honorable mentions. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It really means the world to me. I love each and every one of you. I'd love to have each and every one of you a part of my fragrance family. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notifications off to the side. Give this a thumbs up if you got any value from the video whatsoever today, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what are some of your favorite summertime fresh fragrances, especially in the niche category, because trust me, guys, I take notes. I learn from you guys. So let me know in the comments down what are some of your favorite summertime freshies in the niche category. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and ciao. And I hope wherever you guys are, you're at peace and you're finding happiness.